Alright guys and girls, and welcome back to another video. Now this is going to be a sort of like some crazy talk and stuff. Maybe something similar to movies and all that, because I'm a big fan of movies. I like watching movies. Kind of takes it to different places. Oh, anyway, my brother just come in and out and just was trying to disturb me. Anyway, so yeah, I'm a big fan of movies and I like movies. And now I watched a film years going back. This is actually, it's probably 70s, maybe even lesser than that. And I don't know if you guys and girls ever watched Logan's Run. Actually, classic film about people of like alien sort of colonists, where basically they have like this special sort of crystal computer, which everyone has this chip in the back of their neck. I think it's in the neck or in their body anyway, at least. Anyway, they all get chipped, and at a certain age, I think it was like 30 years old, they end up getting bumped off, killed off. So that way, it kind of decreases the amount of people that are coming into the city or on the planet itself. So it depopulates the world and stuff, and then it keeps the people down to a minimum and stuff. But then again, I'm wondering where they put all the dead bodies and stuff in the first place, because obviously they've got to put the dead bodies somewhere. I mean, unless they're gonna just like put them in a furnace or something, some weird shit going on. Now, anyway, just before I get to that, what I'm about to say. Anyway, I've just watched this, guys and girls. If you haven't watched it, The King's Glaive, Final Fantasy 15. I'm a big, huge Final Fantasy 15, well, Final Fantasy person. I played the originals, not the first ever one, which was, I think, the NES version. But I used to play Final Fantasy 7 on the PlayStation 1 back in the days, in the 90s. Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. And there was Final Fantasy 13 did it for me though, because they had like the sort of the trilogy, which was just fantastic. Anyway, I just watched the Blu-ray movie of this. Now the CGI on it is absolutely awesome. I don't know why it just. Oh, hang on, back in a Right. Anyway, so my brother coming out again. Keeps disturbing. I think he knows that I'm doing videos, so he ends up trying to disturb me. Anyway, so yeah, been playing that. Not playing it, watching it through my LG Blu-ray player, not 4K, because I've been playing it on my 4K LG TV, but I've been using my LG Blu-ray player, which is just fantastic. It's a 3D player. But it came with like the 5.1 surround sound speakers when I bought it ages ago. Anyway, the movie's good, the CGI is good, the music's good in it, the whole sort of movie is just fantastic. And then you've got Final Fantasy 15, the video game, which actually continues afterwards. Because basically the king, I think, is Regis. You got the kingdom of Lucius is a home to be a sacred crystal, and the menacing empire of Niflheim is determined to steal it. King Regis of Lucius, Sean Bean's in it, by the way. He's the voice of the king. He plays a lot of the king's like sort of voices, and a lot of films and TV shows where he's played like the king and stuff. So he's quite popular with this English sort of Victorian stuff that goes on. But this one is a sort of a fantasy film, pretty cool. So basically, Sean Bean commands an elite force of soldiers called the King's Glaive. Wielding their king's magic, the Empire hears down King Regis is faced with an impossible ultimatum to marry his son, Prince Noctis. Now, Prince Noctis actually makes it in the video game. So he's trying to find out what's happening to the city, or the place where it's all basically fallen. The whole city's fallen, and the whole empire and all that. Alright, now Noctis wants to marry the princess and all of that. So basically Noctis is the son of the King Regis. So Noctis to Prince Luna Freya of Timbri, Lena Headey. So Lena Headey, she's played actually in the Game of Thrones, I believe. I haven't watched the Game of Thrones, but I think she's in it. And she's also played in the Terminator series, which is absolutely fantastic. So yeah, what's this? Captive of Niflheim, and the surrender his surrender his lands to the Empire's rule. Although the king concedes, it becomes clear that the Empire will stop at nothing to achieve their devious goals, with only the king's glaive standing between them and the world domination. So yeah, absolutely good. There's like loads of creatures. There's a lot of sort of like battles in this as well. Quite a few battles, and the fights are really good. And then you've got all these spaceships flying around. It's an animated movie, but hopefully, I would love like an Assassin's Creed done, a proper full-on Assassin's Creed anime, which would actually be something similar to this. Because I hope, because I forgot who it is actually does it now, Square Enix, when they come to do animated stuff, they're really good. I think there was another one called The Child or something, or The Children. There was another Final Fantasy film, something called Children. Apparently it was something to do with the children or something, and their like sort of home planet or something of like an alien species. I haven't seen it for a while. I've got it in my collection on DVD. I might have to get it on Blu-ray. But anyway, getting to the point. Yeah, anyway, Logan's Run, the film. Basically, you reach 30, you're pretty much dead. Now, what would happen if this kind of happened in real life? If, say, the government of UK or the European Union came up and got scientists to build little microchips where they have the date in there, they have your date in there, they have your blood cells in there or your DNA all in one chip. So they take they put it into your back of your neck, right? And then they have like a sort of a timer clock on it, ticking down to the final hours of your demise. What do you think, man? I mean, what would
I'd be gone years ago.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you'd probably be gone years ago, but say the government wanted to depopulate the human race, and the only way they could do that is by somehow building a chip to literally kill everybody at a certain age. Maybe 30, 40.
I'm 66, aren't I?
So, bye-bye. Yeah, so basically you get to 30, that's it, you're fucking done. You're like, you're dead. But, I don't know. I don't know if it would be vital, to be honest. There could be other ways of trying to depopulate people without actually killing them. Like giving them a jab, stop their hormones, stop them from giving out children and stuff. Doing something like healthier wise and all that. But if you're going to go around massacring loads of people, like sort of genocide shit, going putting people out of their misery when they get to 30 years old, and then go down to the doctors and then basically being forced down to the doctors just to give you like a fucking euthanasia jab, put you out your misery, that's it. I mean, I could see that being put in, but a microchip where it goes into your veins and then it gives you this massive electric shock right down to your whole body and just turns you off. Basically switches you off. Just like a computer, because this whole body of ours is just biological anyway. It's technically a computer. All you need to do is find the on and off switch just to turn it off, pull it into the back of your neck and find the power source and then just cut off the power source and that's it, you're done. Or just put people out of their misery.
Where's your knob?
What? Hey, I'm not a knob, how dare you?
I better turn it off then, wouldn't I?
Oh, the volume button, yeah, get like a volume control.
Gosh, you're on all day and all night and... Oh, God.
Oh my God, it's 4:04 and it's almost time for dinner. It's Monday 11th of December already, guys and girls. Bloody hell, almost time for Christmas. But yeah, I'm just talking a load of crap, like in science. I mean, maybe they could do that eventually in science to build microchips to put into people. They're already coming up with microchips to open your fucking front door. I mean, what's that? You have a lock on your door, just put your hand against the door, unlocks your door for you. Or you put your finger on your computer, onto your mobile phone, unlocks your phone or your thumbprint, and they just put it on there. They're coming up with different ways to unlock different parts of your computer, your phones, and your life.
And how about it if people...
Oh, how dare you? I said you fart then.
Oh my God.
Oh, you're doing it again. I'll tell you, you've got something really bad with your
How
stomach.
about people only being allowed to have 2 children and no more?
Or do it like with China or something. Oh, those dirty bastards in China, basically. What they do is, well, they keep all the boys, don't they? And then they takes all the girls and sends them off packing. I think, you cheeky bastards. Like, they disown their children, basically. And now, they've got a new law now in China where they can have only 2 now. They've actually put it up to 2.
Well, 2 children, that's plenty, really.
Yeah, well, yeah. But I suppose it's just putting a fucking condom on
I know
it.
I've had more, but still.
Yeah, but the thing is, it's about... I mean, if you're going to have more than 2 children, make sure you can afford to pay for them. But, yeah. Or just get a microchip, just put people out of their misery, and that's it, done. And then you can depopulate people, and then keep it
Yeah, there should be
to
a
a small...
law. You only have 2 children and no more.
And then when they got to 30, that's it, bump them off. well, that's what they're coming up with, aren't they? They're coming up with some sort of shit. I think it's wrong. I do think it's wrong. But it's the future. But it's the future, isn't it? They got to come up with something. It can't fit everybody on this massive planet, and hopefully sustain a better. Oh, my mum choking to death.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go. Choking to death. My God, we're going to be depopulating you in a minute at this rate. Don't worry, guys and girls, I'm not actually doing anything to her in the back.
Oh, yeah.
I'm trying to bump you off. Right, Ma. Like your shepherd's pie, dear.
Oh, yeah.
Remember that? Oh, that's a shepherd's pie one. That is funny in EastEnders, though. Yeah, he's trying to bump off his mum with a shepherd's pie. Oh, God.
I think,
yeah, if you guys and girls haven't seen that is a fucking hilarious episode of EastEnders.
And also, Max is a very good person. And we put those tears on when Bradley died.
Oh, yeah, when he fell off the top of the roof
in
that episode.
That was really marvellous, wasn't it? And
then his daughter tried to run him over with the car. And then that one, his wife tried to bury him under the ground and stuff and left him in the box all night.
Oh, that's...
Yeah, that was like, because she had revenge because he was having an affair with another woman and all that. Yeah. But and that's all these episodes for you. I mean,
then
you watch all these episodes and you kind of think, is this real? Is this not real?
Yeah. And what about Steve McFadden? He's a good actor.
All right, mate.
No, he's very good, isn't he?
Got another orange juice.
And,
yeah, Phil Mitchell.
Yeah, he's played really well as well, hasn't he?
Yeah. All right, bruv.
But I love it because he showed his hard parts. Then he...
Want some, dear?
Then he turned to an alcoholic, wasn't it?
And then had liver poisoning.
And he had to go through that.
And then he had to get a new liver.
And now...
Things they do for TV soaps.
And now he's shown another part of him now of going back to being a hard nurse again. And I think that's...
Yeah, they transition it, don't they, from one sort of scene where he's like an alcoholic, but they're showing you what happens to people. I mean, I can see where they're trying to show people what happens I mean, it's like...
This is why I say it's a shame that they got rid of that, what's his name?
What, Nick Cotton?
Yeah, Nick Cotton, yeah.
Yeah.
And it's a shame, really, how they sort of killed him off.
Yeah, but when he first came into it was like 1985, I think it was. No,
I don't know.
Was that 85?
I don't know because
I think it was like 1985 or 87. I think it was when he came into EastEnders. John
I think
Altman.
you said it was 86.
And that there was some episodes where, to be honest, you can't do it nowadays. You can't put like racial stuff in there, right? Which they're trying to show, because they're trying to show people what goes on in the world, and now it's kind of like politically incorrect, because there's people out there who are racist, right? And people are depicting it in TV soaps just to show you this is the kind of people that are going on in like shows, like in the real world. But yet you can't do that now.
No,
because
yeah, but
the government don't like it, or TV people don't like it, or people get offended by it,
yeah,
and then they think it's real. They think those characters that are depicting the character itself are actually real, when the people are actually acting out the scenes. They're not actually...
The trouble is, what you do not realise is that when I was young, because you know I'm 66, you were taught these sort of things. And it's
it was just a part of the world and stuff.
Our parents and our grandparents brought us up, you know.
No, but it was a part. It was a part of, I would say, a tradition and stuff
I know,
like that.
Because I mean, it's like
and people didn't know the actual harm in it.
No.
But nowadays, people are like more sort of like, oh, you can't say that. You can't say that.
Yeah.
But the thing is, it's people's getting it from their grandfathers or grandparents and all that kind of shit, and then it kind of trends into a new sort of like era and all that.
Yeah.
And then you're wondering, well, if you can't say this or you can't say that, then it's kind of taking away people's freedoms of speeches. I know there's a sort of like, there's boundaries to where people can say this, people can say that. But if you say something that's going to offend someone, even though it's just words, people just freak out, literally freak out. And I think there needs to be boundaries. There needs to be laws in place to protect those people. But the people who are being protected as well also need to know that stuff like this goes on in the world and all that. Oh, my TV going off. But anyway, I don't know what you guys and girls think, like, about the whole sort of situation. Do you think there should be a sort of a way where people get depopulated, like, or do you think there's some way where we can try and converge to help one another? I know, well, we should be helping one another in the first place, guys and girls. That is the whole thing. It don't matter what country you're from, what background you are from, or who you are in general. We should all be working together and all that. And if we don't, then the human race is not going to be the human race no more. It's just going to be like literally gone.
If that Theresa May really wanted to do something, she'd be doing something for the homeless instead of going out and giving billions of pounds to other countries. She should be helping our own people.
Oh.
I mean, God, we were in Bristol the other day, and look how many people we saw on the streets.
Yeah, it's a disgrace. I mean, people,
This
we're in our own country, but people are not looking after their own. They're looking after other people.
That one in Bristol,
in other countries.
He had a board up, didn't he?
Yeah.
And he said on the board, I'm trying to get some money to get a bed for the night. And I mean, I can, Theresa May, see the people in our country lie out in this sort of weather, like with snow on the ground yesterday. I mean, it's disgusting.
No, I get the point where we're supposed to be looking after the children, right? And they're more important at the end of the day. Now, when you've got these children in other countries and you're trying to get them out of the country because of all the wars that's going on and people, all the children are getting attacked by their own leaderships and all that, by their own leaders of their country, I could get that point. But you know what they're trying to do as well? They have these, like, youngsters, right? Not youngsters, actually, adults have got billboards that says save the children. And it's all lies. They're not saving the children. They're waiting to the point till they get them out. And then what they do is they're pretending they're children so they can actually get out themselves, the adults, rather than helping the children. And I think that's unfair.
And the other thing that, I mean, I did see, I remember, was it, oh gosh, a few months ago actually, there was this one person that I was going to help him actually. And then all of a sudden, he told me what he was doing with the money. He said, what people are giving me. He said, I'm saving it up. He said, to buy get a mortgage. He said,
on a house. So, yeah, but that's the thing. I mean,
he had his wife and 2 kids.
But even if he does save up for a mortgage, he's still... But the thing is, he needs to be on the government payroll at the end of the day. He won't be able to get a house.
He was trying to
he hasn't got a home.
No, he was scrounging off the public, right? Getting us to try and give him money, and he was getting that money to put up for a mortgage.
Yeah, but he wouldn't be able to get one. That's the whole thing, because you need a house or you need a place to stay. You can't sit on the street. It's like with bank accounts.
I said it was on the street.
Yeah, I know, but
begging. Because he wanted
unless he had a bank,
he thought he needed it for food.
But unless he's got a bank account, right, before he went on the street, right, and then had a sort of like the place going there for his money, and he had his money put in there, and then he got put on the street, right. The government wouldn't turn around and say, right, we're going to give you a house. You've got the money. You've got enough money saved up, right? But the thing is, if you've got a bank account, you wouldn't. That has to be an address. If it's not an address, I don't think you could get a bank account if you're on the street.
That's right.
So it has to be a fixed address, like with a mortgage as well. With mortgages,
what I'm trying to say,
a mortgage. I think a mortgage is done through the bank.
Yeah, but what he's probably doing, he probably had a bank account, right? And what he was doing on the streets, getting people to give him money. And then getting his money and putting it into his bank.
But it's like a mortgage, though. That has to be done through sort of banks, doesn't it, as well? Because if something goes wrong...
But he's begging off the streets. Right,
so if you've got a bank account...
So you work this out, right?
You've got to have a fixed home address.
Yeah, we work this out, right? He probably had a banking account. Then what he was doing was going on the streets, waiting for stupid people like us to come along and give him some. And like he said...
Or maybe he's a druggie.
Yeah, he
or
said
an
that money... It wasn't going for food.
Or some sort of addict.
Yeah, it wasn't going for food. He said it was for a mortgage, for a house. So there was us. Well, I stopped then, so I knew that.
Anyway, guys and girls, if you find this interesting at all, to talking shit, like I do on there with my mum and all that, we talk crap, but if you like it, you enjoy it.
Excuse me.
Why? What have you done?
I don't talk.
Have you done? No, that is you. You don't talk crap, do you? You just let them off instead, don't you, on the camera?
Excuse me? Have you done something again?
Yeah, I think you have done something. Excuse me? Anyway, guys and girls, cheers all for watching. If you like all this banter as well and all that, do let us know in the comments below. We take a piss out of each other. That's the way it is.
Excuse me?
You heard me?
I don't do any such thing.
Oh, well, yes you do.
Anyway, I want to find a nice man.
Named John. Named John. John Altman. Alright, Ma. Anyway, guys and girls.
I'd like to meet him. I really would.
Oh, did you say something?
No, I said I'd like to meet him before I go blind.
Or drop dead.
Yeah, well, you know.
One or the other.
Yeah, well, you know that my eyes are very, very bad.
Should have gone to Specsavers.
And they said that they might not be able to save my eyes. So, yeah, I would.
Yeah, and then they just pull them out and then pull the other one out.
That John.
Get a little corkscrew and start the screw.
So that John Altman, I would like to meet him before I go blind.
Anyway, guys and girls, cheers all for watching. stay safe. If you enjoyed this episode for today of talking shit, let us know in the comments below.
Not me. I don't talk a load of rubbish.
But yeah, if you agree that in some point in the future, maybe a Logan's Run will be invitable and be a good cause to actually bump off loads of people just to keep the population down and all that. Or if there's
actually, would I be on the top of the list?
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, population, well, actually depopulation 1,000. Actually, it'd be strange if they could keep it down to like 100,000 rather than 8.2 billion people on this planet. You're next. Anyway, guys and girls, cheers all for watching. Stay safe. What? Oh, I'm just about to finish my episode.
I just thought
what
they could do, get all the drug addicts.
Actually put them on an island.
You haven't got
Let them fight out.
You get the drug addicts in one place, the alcohols in the other, and you would send them off to the moon.
Oh, actually no, send them to another planet. Hey, that'd try, mate, and have no alcohol at all. Hey, that's it. That could be something. That could be a rehab.
And also,
a new rehab. Just send them to like
if you go
Mars or something.
Where you go to the seafront.
I think that's what's happening now.
If you go to the seafront, there's that part over there, isn't it, where you can put them out of the island.
Oh, I don't know. Whereabouts that on the seafront?
Yeah, got the seafront, and it's on the way to.
So, guys and girls, if you're an addict of any kind, what we could do, we could send you to Mars. It's going to cost a lot of money though, but this would be an expensive rehab for you. We'll send you to Mars, but you won't be coming back. That's the only fucking thing. But anyway,
but
guys,
maybe they don't want to come back.
Yeah,
they might think it's better up there. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying?
They might live out their life absolutely wonderful.
Yeah.
And then they might be the best thing they've ever had. Yeah, anyway, guys and girls, let us know in the comments below. Cheers all for watching. Stay safe and having a good day.